Okay. When it comes to materialism, where do y'all stand? What do y'all materialism? Do you think y'all have to have certain things to like make you or add to you? Like,
No, I just like it, but I don't think I need it. It's not a need.
what makes you like it though? Is it society?
I mean, it's just a way for me to express myself sometimes. Like when it comes to clothing, I like to express myself.
So,
And I could really do that just with like a pen and paper if I need to. It's nothing expensive.
So like going down Rodale Drive or buying BCBG or whatever the latest fashion, like would you?
I don't care for that. I get knockoffs. If I want to wear it, I just get some knockoffs. I'm not gonna buy my $1,000 shoes and they got it on Alley for like $23.
That to be nice.
What about you, Xavier? What's your like? I really want to make sure this is not
it's like it's different when I get older and I know I actually have it. I don't have no problem like.
So
having
okay,
a self-care day, but like I'll still be mindful.
Exactly.
Until I get there,
exactly.
I don't care what to do. Exactly.
So okay, so you said now you made a key point. You said when you get there. So when you get there, do you feel that you might do it a little bit more? Do you feel like you would, as far as like buy like things like really nice things that are highly in cost? So you would still be mindful
like,
of it.
I could humble your tail real quick by just like having to start right back to the bottom. You know?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Xavier, what about you? How you feel? What's your take on materialism? Cause see, you got Jordans, you got a lot of them. So, like, if I bought you some feelers, would you wear them? Or if I bought you some hard bottoms, would you wear them?
I wouldn't wear no feelers, low key. That's just my,
But I
don't. But the thing is, like, I've never.
But it's just not my.
What you said, Xavier?
New Balance.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Fake stuff. I think that's limitations. Like, I don't have a problem with like. Sir, if this is my style, if I like it, then I'll wear it.
Exactly.
Okay, so it has to be in your style for you to like it. What about jewelry and stuff like that? Do you?
I don't care. Yeah, I don't really care about jewelry.
Y'all don't really care about jewelry. Y'all don't.
I want ears pierced and the stuff. I don't care if the diamonds real. At least not right now. I know in high school you were throwing.
It's the truth. What I was saying is the truth.
But as far as like diamonds, you don't have to have them. Okay, so jewelry don't really. So what do y'all think make you as a person outside of the morals that that me and y'all dad done kind of like taught y'all?
I kind of grew into my own person.
Yeah, it's just really about like if you're just a genuine or good person, like you
okay.
Like, your main person, like
But I honestly feel like it's not even that for me. Yeah, I say personality. I don't really care about morals too much, but my personality.
I do.
Like, you don't care about morals. You better care about morals.
I care about morals, but I'm saying I'll still be my own person.
You can still be your own person and have morals. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all are more like it's about you. And what you want, how you feel. So when y'all get around y'all friends, if y'all see y'all friends got the latest thing, like I know your friends, a group of your friends, their parents. They stay with
me.
Huh?
Like getting on me. Be like if you just boost your game up just a little bit, you'll be
like with spending stuff?
Not even just like latest shoes or just like clothes buys.
So they always say like you need to get more. But why? But how does that make you feel when your friends say that though?
When they say that?
Yeah, like
dang, they riding away, but like I have other things I'm trying to handle. Oh, yeah.
So you still stay focused on your goal, like you don't waste it in what?
Because 9 times out of 10, I'll be like, I'm on the type thing like retire early. You know?
Okay,
what I mean?
all right.
Like,
That's
I'm
what
in that mindset. You guys up here buying Jordans, try to be in the latest brands.
But you on the mindset.
Still having to work a 9 to 5 or
exactly
just, like, live up to that, just like paycheck after paycheck after paycheck.
You try, yeah. Like I got you.
You know,
I mean, I know, but I know your friends. I know, like your friends like nice stuff. So, do they ever come at you like, "Ladies, your friends?" Oh, okay.
Because they know, like when they be like, "Ask your mom from out," like, "No, she got 8 other kids," and they be like, "Oh yeah, or just."
So in a way, I feel like you humbled us.
I did humble y'all a lot. Okay.
Yeah,
how about you?
Kiana, girl, do whatever she want.
Yeah. How about you?
But that's
spending it.
Exactly. If you don't have money, you don't spend it. Okay.
At the same time, I feel like there's nothing wrong with treating yourself.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong, and I do want y'all like understand that like there is nothing wrong treating yourself, but I just wanted to know like y'all concept of being raised by me and y'all dad. Like, how do y'all think? Because I see a lot of young kids when they don't have it, and it's because their parents raised them that certain way. They tend to have like like a backlash on it. So that's how I was. No, I mean you can say whatever you want. I'm just, I really want to be honest because I'm really trying to see like young people. I know y'all not my age yet. I want to see young people like where y'all mindset is or what y'all get approached with by y'all peers.
Honestly, that's just like showing that that's like not having a mind of your own because you feel like you having to live up to the standard of society.
And then your parents even raised you that way.
That way, exactly.
That's setting you up for failure.
Exactly.
But sometimes it's just more of like they didn't really have it themselves. So it's like, oh, I want my kids to have the things that I
so they
have.
end up
and I understand that, but like to a certain extent, you're kind of ruining your child a bit.
Okay.
You don't instill those type of morals.
He couldn't get Jordan, so he said.
He said
it's just about how you go about it. Like,
but how? Okay, so you said that's how your dad is, but how do y'all feel about it? With y'all having Jordans because he never had it. Like, because I was the same way. I never had Jordans either. I didn't buy my first pair until we both were adults, me and y'all dad. So like,
I feel like at first I was a little spoiled and was like really considerate of it, but I try not to ask y'all for money because I was feeling bad. Low-key.
Got you.
And that's what both of y'all, cause you know.
That's wow.
I try not to force him for money because I know he'll be over there a lot. So I don't want to ask her for money. He thinks that's the only thing I'm coming there for. And I know mom got a whole bunch of kids, so I try not to ask her either.
Okay. But so let me ask you this, is if you say your dad buys them for you because he never could when he was younger, but like how does that make you feel as like for like let's say for your son, right? When you eventually have your own kid, how would you do your kid? Would you buy him certain stuff because you didn't have it as a kid, so to speak? Or did you see like what it took your parents to get it for you? Or like what's your concept on that?
The thing is, Jordans aren't that exclusive. Like I don't expect. I would have to buy my kid like Chanel or something.
I got you.
But a kid doesn't need
Okay. So y'all feel like, kids shouldn't have like materialistic things. Kids nowadays do, yeah.
They gonna see other kids with it.
They do. A lot of the parents buy it for the kids, and that's what I think makes a difference.
Like,
so
Chanel, like until I feel like they're mature enough to have those things.
Yeah, that's not why I kind of don't want kids because even though I could raise them a certain way, they're still gonna go out into the world and see other things, and then it could be influenced by it.
People just
so I kind of don't want
it. Things like.
And I mean that is true. Everybody has their own development. I think I just think about as me as a parent, like Grammy and Papa, when they raised me to be humble. They raised me to work hard and to put in ethics. So I was trying to see if I kind of instilled that same thing to y'all. And I am glad to see that y'all do humble yourself a lot and y'all are considerate. But I do also hear people be like, oh, your kids are spoiled. Your kids live in a nice house. Your kids get this. Your kids get that. Like when they see... And sometimes I'm just like, but my kids don't get that 365. Like if it's their birthday or Christmas, I'm going to try to sacrifice to give my kids because they don't get it 365 because I have so many of them to try to spread the wealth.
I was kind of surprised when a family came over and said we were spoiled because I know we have stuff, but you know, we're not constantly begging and asking.
There's a difference between being blessed and being spoiled.
Right.
True. That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Because like some people would go based off of how their situation is. Mm-hmm. I noticed that with certain people like, dang, I don't have parents or like, you know what I mean? Or, you know, my parents
don't try to gaslight someone else.
Like, in a way, I'm like, no, it's just
so that's
my mom, like, we didn't have this growing up.
And
we was in a 3-bedroom house. Like,
them three of them, they got the luxury.
But I mean, they was already here. They still was in a 3-bedroom house and a double wide trailer at one point. Like
they be asking for stuff constantly. I feel like they're influenced by that YouTube stuff. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
And
yeah,
they think it's okay to ask for it, and that's not how things work.
That's true, and that is something that y'all done called me out on. I think that is something I want to work on because I don't want the kids to get so comfortable where they think money is frivolous. Or they think that money is not, like, money just grows on trees. I just wanted to ask y'all that for a quick, like, recap on a table talk. Because, like, me and Hayes just had a discussion. There was a little boy. I don't see if y'all saw it on Facebook, but there's a little boy. He said other little boy is making fun of him because he had feelers on. He said he liked feelers because he liked the colors. He think they're cool. He doesn't care if they're not, like, Jordans or they're not, like... name brand shoes. And he was like, he is all about like what you give back, like what's in your mind, your knowledge.
Realize that like a lot of people, it's especially in the black communities, it's like a lot of people kind of try to put others down when they're in the same situation. Like,
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
like
they
they're
do.
they're both their families are poor, but this kid gets Jordans while his family's poor. And this
Yeah.
kid doesn't. So like he feels he can make fun of him.
Yeah, and that is true. But how did that make y'all feel though with that situation? Like, have y'all ever had that happen to y'all? Like, y'all don't have, like you say, your friends say you got to step your game up. You don't have XYZ. Like, how does that make you feel? Do sometimes you be like, well, darn, my mom does have this, however, and I'm working, but however, like, does it ever make you feel? It does. It bothers you. But mentally, you just remind yourself that you want to retire early. You don't want to keep working like a workhorse.
Sometimes I do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I be in my head. I wouldn't say in my head, but sometimes I'm just be like, dang, I do want to do X, Y, Z, or I wish my closet would look like this way.
Mm-hmm.
Not to only just because I know how I would want my how I am personality wise.
Mm-hmm.
So rather that's just like chill type wear or like tomboyish and sometimes girl. It's just like it's a mixed variety. So I feel like I don't really.
You don't really have that. Yeah, you don't really have to have that status all the time. Mm-hmm. Moving forward, because y'all are older three. Now, when y'all get y'all own kids, how do y'all think y'all would train them? Would y'all kind of keep the same similarities that y'all parents gave y'all with being humble and being modest and working hard and kind of saving your money and investing so you don't have to work and always take care of your kid?
I would give them the financial tools and literacy that I didn't have.
Okay.
But along with just like also still being able to treat them to that luxury for them to look forward to their
every once in a while. Like, how do you? Okay. Okay. So
I feel like
what about you? What about you, Zivy? Do you think when you have your kids, you think you just gonna spoil them and kind of have them lavish of luxury, or you gonna kind of?
It depends on the amount, and it depends on what I do in the future. If I'm rich, I'm gonna probably spoil them. But
what? Why?
I'm gonna keep them humble.
It's hard to keep a child humble and while you're spoiling them.
That is true, because a lot of times spoiled children, it's hard to break that cycle, because that child gonna think that this is just life. They're not gonna really know how to do.
I feel like
you might can do a balance though. No, he might can do a balance.
Do that all the time.
They do.
Like, spoil their kids, or some be like, hey. You gotta do X, Y, Z.
Shaq do that with his kids. Shaquille O'Neal do that with his kids. Exactly. Yeah. Shaquille tell his kids he rich. He rich, not them. Like, and he now I will say this with stars like him, they actually will take the time to give their children financial literacy, and they also invest in them early on, which is kind of like what me and y'all dads did with y'all. Like, we did start investing in y'all, setting up accounts and stuff like that. And it takes a disciplined person, because if y'all didn't have that, turning over a kid with almost a couple of $100,000 once they leave high school, that's just a disaster. But I just want to know how y'all are gonna do y'all kids. Xavier, right? He might can have a balance. You got some kids that are spoiled, but at the same time they're very humble. But I don't know. I just wanted to see y'all take on it, how y'all peers were with y'all, or what y'all ever gain from it. That's all I wanted to ask y'all. You had something else to say?
I forgot.
Oh.
I feel that's kind of how we were raised, because looking back, we did get a lot of stuff, so I see why we would be considered spoiled, shoes and stuff from my dad, and all the latest consoles and stuff. But I feel like we still grew up humble, but I feel like nowadays that would be harder to do. Because it's everyone, everywhere,
But it's I feel like
in a way, I feel like you guys, I feel like I had to be more humble than y'all, in a way.
Yeah, because it's a two-parent household.
Yeah. So, I didn't necessarily, when I went to my dad's, I got things, but it's just, it wasn't necessarily, how you guys, so far with the latest shoes or things.
Girl, you got Lily Poulsen. I ain't had, what that woman name is, Lily? And a bag. No. Yeah, it is. And you had a bag? I thought you had bought you a bag along with that jacket. But so yours it came far and few between me and your dad. Mm-hmm. Got you. So it was like your humbleness really like you went through struggles more than any other child, which most eldest children I think do because the parents are kind of still like growing up and doing their own, trying to still learn to get in their careers or going to school, whatever the case may be.
Right, right.
Okay.
I feel like it's more of like a, you know how some people are like, you know how pretty people, like good looking people are humble sometimes.
I find that hard. I just
Like
said that
Michael B.
today.
Jordan, like he's
Now Michael B. Jordan, he's very humble, but some beautiful people, I find that hard for them to be humble, and that could be a bad judgment on me. I just said that today, but go ahead. I'll let you finish. Why I just said that today, but
it's like,
it's like that, like
you know, you've never seen like a pretty girl in high school who's
Mm-hmm.
like just nice, like she's kind to everyone, like, that type of stuff. Like I feel like it could be the same if you're fortunate, like money wise. Like you don't
okay,
have to.
But then they could also grow up to be like, oh, you're lesser than me.
because of
But it's like no one would teach their kids that type of.
But
like,
they could still think that. That's what I'm saying. Social media plays a big part as well.
So-
Because they
That's
could grow
what
up to
I
see
don't
that.
like. Like
Social media.
it plays like a big part of how kids turn
Yeah.
out.
it does, and that's why I brought this up because the little guy that I was just telling you about, he's on Facebook on social media, but I really Hayes had shared to me, and that's why I was like, wow, like I wish. I wouldn't say I wish, because I know y'all have it, but I do wonder about Jewing them. But sometimes with Jewing them, I have to be mindful. Just like Drew asked me today, he was like, well, why you don't have money? And I was like, because if we spend everything that we have, we'll always be broke. And so his concept, like y'all said, he just sees what like on YouTube, or he sees like his friends and they be like, oh, well, you just buy, or you got a big house or a rich house. Same thing like when he sees his aunts and like his aunties and his uncle, like, oh, but they got a rich house or they rich, mommy. And I'm just like, yeah, but that doesn't define you as a person. Just because you have something doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you're gonna have or that makes you better than the next person. But I think with them, they do get confused. And I just wondered if y'all like had that take with y'all peers. I know y'all don't have that take when it comes personally, but with y'all peers, because I don't know if y'all peers, they'd be like, well, Lizzie or Xavier, Lasia, your mama this, your mama that.
I
Like,
surround my people that's I know. If you
That are
just
very
with me because
mu-
I'm rich or something, friends with me because I'm rich or expecting me to be this certain way, then I
Then
don't
that-
surround myself around
you don't
certain
really
people.
interact with people like
Yeah, that's
that.
why I keep my group small. I'm selective about
To be honest, I kind of just recently found out we were like fortunate money wise. Like it kind of just, I don't want to, but like the fact that you have a pool table, that kind of just resonated with me. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm, no one else has a pool table, no one else can.
Mm-hmm.
But,
But you just know it's not always common in
Yeah,
a
it's
person's
not-
Especially
house.
black family households.
Yeah, it's not something
Got
that you
you.
see a whole lot. Like a bunch of, and it's not even just the pool table. Like a lot of the things we have in the house or like around the
yeah,
house.
but I still tend to be mindful.
Yeah, like I don't go around just talking about
That's what I was about to say.
I don't
Like
even know
y'all,
why someone would think that's okay in the
Yeah.
first place.
Yeah.
yeah.
Embarrassing, girl.
Yeah, gotcha. So y'all do keep a mind on like just because my family I may have this exposure in my home, I'm still not going to be like out there bragging or not trying to tell like I got this, I got that. Gotcha. I think I have taught you. Me and y'all dad have did okay. We did well. We did well. I just always had a concern about that because I do
You
get
act
a.
like it?
No, well, I wouldn't say y'all act like it, but you know how sometimes when people be like, "Oh, Nikki, your kid's spoiled," and I'm like, "Huh?" Like it almost makes me feel like sometimes I think people want me to deprive my kids of certain things. Like even just being in this house. Like I know sometimes outside somebody, and our house is not the biggest house. Like I've seen mansions, but somebody on the outside might walk up to our house and be like, "Well, dang, she did all right for herself. Her kids, they living nice." And then I also watch people that sometimes come to our house and they'll downplay our house. And I'm just like, yeah. And sometimes too, and I talked to Grammy and Papa about that like a couple of weeks back, and that kind of made me feel like, well, wow, do some people do that because they envy because you work hard and they always want to keep you humble? Like
I remember when
yeah, like sometimes, like sometimes, yeah, like sometimes it's just like I really like sometimes I wonder if they do that, if they say certain things to keep you humble. It's like me, you don't have to do that to me because I'm gonna be humble regardless. I could be like, I could have 5 doctorates underneath my belt and I'm gonna still always be humble. I'm not always gonna have a bigger head like for people to not be able to talk to me because I done been around people that are way wealthy, people that could be close to, I would say, maybe Donald Trump status. You know, that I don't rub elbows with and I done talk to and they done mentor me to a certain degree to tell me about financial literacy, to educate me on how to invest in my children and how to teach my children certain things or to move money a certain way. And like once I got around them people, it was so crazy. Them people didn't have on Jordans. They didn't have on no Balenciagas or no Gucci. Them people had on New Balances and dag on Walmart. And I was just like, say what? But they did.
That's another thing. Like that's kind of something I want to do. Like I don't want to be too exotic or not exotic, but outgoing.
Like too.
If I do make a lot of money in the future, I don't want to be like too crazy. Like
But
anybody
I
says I'm
personally,
poor, you know.
yeah, I personally like to dress well. I'm not going, buy a whole bunch of expensive stuff. But if I
Yeah,
want to look good, I'm gonna look good. But if it wasn't for you, it'll be for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't care to impress you. I don't even know you.
And that I think that was my key thing. I think a lot of society right now, they do things to impress society. A lot of people, so that's why I wanted to ask y'all, like, how frequent is it when it comes to you guys' age? Because y'all are still like y'all young adults, so I just wanted to get y'all opinion on it. That's all. Which I know your friends think you automatically spoiled. I don't know why, but they say it to me all the time. They really do.
Do they know where we used to live though?
I think they never knew where we used to live. But I think I can see to some degree that I can say y'all to some degree are spoiled. Like especially when it comes to even though Leisure went through most of the struggle with us, I didn't buy my first Camaro until I was darn near 30-something years old. And that was always my dream car. She got hers at like 18. So I can see why some people would say they spoiled. I can't see that. Because, like, my first car, it was a 95 Honda Accord. And then back then, people were saying I was spoiled just for having a car like that.
I feel like people don't realize you're not just giving us stuff and we act bad or, we don't
and I think, and that's my other thing.
A 3.8. Stop playing with me.
But that's what I'm saying. I really did. Yeah, because people just automatically think, oh, well, that's her kid. She using the money, she giving it. But I'm just like, I always teach y'all how to work hard. And I try to keep y'all humble. I try to keep y'all mindful of money. I don't want y'all to go out there and just blow money because money don't come easy. You got to invest it. You got to let it mature. And then you might can have a little fun in there, here and there, but it shouldn't be a consistent lifestyle. And I see a lot of black people and families that do that. It becomes a consistent lifestyle and then they're in debt.
I don't want that for myself. But one thing I can honestly say, I would have done things differently.
What's that?
Like, it's not necessarily just like mom just throwing things at my way. No, child, I'm still working off to pay off the car.
True, that is true. Yeah.
Or just like I just finished paying you back for the down deposit with my tax return last year.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's not just handed to me. Now as a graduation gift, yeah, that was like a bonus because I graduated like with my 3.8 and I maintaining my classes. That's not a lot of people have the drive to do that.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's things you got to look at in that way. Now, even I'm still teaching my own stuff how to financial literacy or just like how I can build my credits. I mean, you see the books that I bought.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's not necessarily just being. I mean, I can understand what they're saying, but like there's more that goes into it behind it.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
know.
not necessarily spoiled. Now, I can be, but
you are at some degree.
Degree.
I will say at some degree all of y'all have that, but I don't think I'm excessive with it because I want y'all to still know what it means to work. I want y'all to know what it still means to grind and get your own. And I definitely want y'all to know that it doesn't come easy.
Exactly.
And just because I might work hard and I might not carry on 2 careers, like that's y'all not still gonna be on the strength of my back because when y'all get older, I mean you pretty much grown. Xavier about to come out of high school next year, so it's like I want y'all to have that mindset that I'm not going to stay a child forever. I am going to become an adult one day, and I do have to start preparing to learn some of these things. Like, I was talking to a group of teenagers that I mentor. None of them knew what a checkbook was or what a checking account was, and that disturbed me because I'm looking at, as African American, we are the most targeted when it comes to debt. So we should be teaching our children, if not our children's children, not to fall into that trap of becoming highly in debt.
Reading, Black Girls Guide to Financial Freedom. In that book, when I was reading it, it said 8% of African Americans have a what's it called? They have.
You talking the credit score?
Not even the credit score.
Or FICO score? Or?
Net worth.
Net worth. Oh, okay.
Of the average is $8.
What?
$8.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow. I definitely got to get to that point because I had started actually reading that on Amazon. They had it on the Amazon book, and I saw it was like a good read. $8 was their net worth. But that's what I'm saying. How many?
It's the debt that you.
It's the debt into
That's student loans, credit cards.
Not even that, but even straight out the womb, you have a lot of black parents that put light bills in their kids' name and damage their credit. And somebody actually asked me, that's who it was when I was talking, I think to, who was I talking to, Leisure, about you? It might have been Mr. Drew, but I was talking to him and he was like, Jackie, he was like, you was a good mama. You didn't mess up her credit. And I was like, no. I said, because my thing is when my child became her own adult, I wanted her credit to somewhat be established. I wish I could have done more than the authorized credit card thing that I did for you. But like with them, so like I actually did one more up when it came to Xavier and Liz because their dad started a portfolio, but then I also started my own. And I just started working with my financial guy, really for all of y'all, just because I was just like, I want y'all to be able to have some type of asset to y'all. So by the time y'all 22, if not 23, y'all buying your own house, if not before then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was almost like an unheard thing. I was literally, 19. I said I was 19, 20 years old when I bought my first home. Y'all dad was 21, 22. That was unheard of in the black community. That was unheard of. And
stuff really just started clicking.
Yeah, like
y'all had like a Lexus.
Yeah, it was, but it was always asset. We didn't really put stuff into materialism. Who got the nice shoes, handbag? I used to like those things, but then when I gentrified my mind, I'm like, man, I'm not doing that. I'm after generational wealth. I'm not going to teach my kids to go in debt before they even gain assets. Like, that's backwards. But you got a lot of black families, or I wouldn't say black families, minorities, if not, some Caucasians now, there too that do it, but a lot of minorities is the one that catch it. They teach their children, you got to have nice things. You got to ride in the latest whips. You got to wear the flashiest clothes. And it's just like, why though? Like, why?
Because for so long, we didn't really have nothing. So I guess once they get it,
But why not invest?
Exactly.
I mean, the society is starting to change now where you get some minorities are willing to invest more. And I'm starting to see that a lot now. But even when they do it, they damn near dirty.
And that's what,
why not do it at 21, 18, 19?
Like it just goes all the way back
or 15
down in history, honestly.
True.
Just the way how we were treated then during
slavery,
segregation. It's just like
when we get the chance.
They want to.
It's not good.
Be like, oh, I'm coming up, but that's just having a one up on the white man if you think about it, because just like they've been doing that since who knows when, investing in with their families, leaving stuff generational wealth for their kids. It's like we didn't necessarily have that knowledge or mindset then.
Yeah.
And some don't have.
And that's what I really feel
True.
like, even though he going through stuff right now, Kanye West has been saying this for the longest before it even clicked nowadays to people's minds. Like, he been saying it in the music, and I feel like people really overlooked it. They didn't take it into consideration.
He did.
He's been saying it for the longest.
He
and
has.
It's just now clicking with people now.
Yeah, he has.
I was gonna say, with kids not knowing, financial stuff, I feel like they should teach that in schools. Since I'm in advanced classes, I'm just now doing business and financial, but that's only because I'm in advanced. I feel like you should.
So the other kids don't get that if they're not advanced. Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, now y'all just taught me
I'm in
something.
business
I thought that was a
now.
requirement though nowadays
No,
for. So Xavier, you now I'm trying to blast, but Xavier, have you ever taken any financial courses? So you're in advanced as well, advanced classes and some classes.
It's just some classes.
It maybe just be that school for me, but
Okay, but it was considered an advanced at Groves, right? For your.
They started doing that. I think when I was there, they did that, but it was only for advanced classes. Cause I was
So you
it's
probably
like
were
only
considered
teaching
advanced.
The smart kids, you should be teaching kids.
All
that
the
don't have
kids.
it like that.
Yeah.
You should be teaching everybody. Don't just.
But so
They're
what?
just
So what?
basically- I feel like they do that for kids they feel like they can invest in.
Exactly.
And that's what I was about to say. I was about to say, so that should tell you right then and there that they already got a one up. The kids that they feel that aren't going, that go pretty much gonna get like a 9-to-5 job that's gonna probably be making minimum wage, if not maybe a good 18 an hour or something like that. They want them to stay in the they want them to stay in poverty.
You should be teaching the kids that you think would have an issue with it. And I feel like I don't even like advanced for real because it's the way that you're like segregating these kids just because you think they're smarter. I feel like that's weird. And before I was in it, I didn't even know them kids existed back at my old school. I didn't even know advanced was a thing because I was in it before.
Exactly?
They were like segregated.
Like,
they were in a whole different
The
building. Mom.
schools you
No.
like the schools that you put us
Separated.
at. We thought that was just a normal thing. Once I got
The charter schools,
like, when I got to like public schools, I was like, and they was just like, oh, you real smart. You know, I was like, man, we was doing this in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Think about it, we were doing this in 8th grade.
This is the thing.
My junior year, already knowing,
this
like,
is the.
I learned this a while
This
back.
is the thing, and this is why I wanted to transfer the little three out of public school. The reason why I harness education in private school and charter schools for y'all is because I knew that. And I hate to say this, and I could be wrong, whoever listened to this, but most education in the public school level is minimal unless you are in a good state like Missouri or somewhere north where it's like number 2 in the country. Right. When you come down south, they teaching these kids like just basic, just to get them through to a GED level. If not,
just throw you a textbook.
That's it. So, and I'm just like, it's sad because now you setting these kids up to go into a workforce, if not into college, and they barely, they got the minimum. They literally got the minimum.
Get a regular office job.
That's it. And be enslaved to somebody they don't even teach you like no entrepreneurship. They don't teach you anything outside the box. Nothing.
I didn't even know
already
what a
know.
semicolon was, and when I was in advanced, I had to learn what a semicolon was in advanced English.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have been a thing.
Yeah.
If we're teaching commas, why not teach it what a semicolon and how to use
Exactly.
it?
Like it should just be basic stuff. Yeah.
And I had to learn that in 9th grade English when I was in 8th grade. Why isn't that been being taught?
Yeah.
It's common.
And this is that, but this is once y'all got to the public school over here in Georgia. Gotcha. And I honestly, I just signed Xavier. I mean, I'm not Xavier. Drew, Sky, and Bailey up to that one Savannah Classical Academy because it's a charter school. Sky got accepted, but I'm trying to get all 3 of them in there because just once I wanted y'all to go to public school because I know y'all have never been, and I want y'all to try to get exposed to something. I know y'all wanted to go too, but at the same thing, I was like, I already know what they about. Like I already know they gonna fail if you're not in a good county.
I still see them as my little ones. You know what I mean? So it's just like I would want them to have the best education.
The best education, I'm telling you.
Especially like Bailey, for example.
Yeah.
You know, I know she somewhat struggled with the, literacy and everything like that. And it's just, I feel like it's because the school just like they don't necessarily pay attention to those things. Be like, oh,
they just want to get paid.
Read with her.
They just want to get paid.
Yeah, like read with her at home. Blah blah
exactly.
blah.
Yep.
Even when we apply that,
if you're not doing it exactly at school, exactly, because not only that, you already 8 hours at school, and then it's like I'm coming home, I'm already probably another 9 hours, well, really 5 hours with them on the weekdays. So that's why I was like, nah, I don't know.
You also got to think about what's their learning skills. You know what I mean? Like how they comprehend certain things. Are they a visual learner? Are they more of they just need a lot of one-on-one time. You know what I mean? It's those things that you got to take in consideration.
I never really needed one-on-one time until I joined the public school, and then like last semester with that math teacher, she was not good at all.
Me and DJ was just talking about that though. DJ told me that math teacher that you had, he said that was actually somebody in advanced bachelor's level math. And for her not to teach it, he was like, that should have been reported.
Exactly.
He was like, he was like, you can't expect your students to sit in a class and you don't teach them. Because he asked me and him was on the phone for a long, that's what I was talking to earlier today. And he was like, he said, Jake, he's like, Nicole, I just don't know. Like, I don't understand how they could not have taught them kids that. He said, this is stuff that I did in advanced course when I was getting my degree. And I was like, man, that's like, I don't know. It seemed like public school, and I hate to talk about my educators. I'm not saying all of them are bad, but for the most part, they getting checks, man. They just getting checks. They ain't really passionate like how it was back in the day with Granny and Papa or me, where teachers actually took the time. Now you still got some, but teachers back then were more prevalent of taking the time, getting in the homes, making sure if this child know how to read, if this child don't understand, mathematics, whatever. Like we gonna take additional time. Now they got all these IEP programs, and in the IEP, I just learned. What it is if your child's considered with a learning disability, they just give them simpler work. They don't even try to get them to the level so that they can advance. And I got a problem with that. Because why you want my child to stay stagnant in that same instead of applying pressure like the older teachers used to do and get them up the level? I don't understand it.
And then she used to, like, my math teacher used to be like, ask 3, then come and ask me. They don't know the work neither because you don't teach. How am I ask 3 other people and you don't teach the work? Like, they know. Come on now.
That's for real, though.
He was even saying, one of my friends, he was saying that it's illegal to leave a classroom full of children unattended while you're doing whatever. Like, she would just leave the classroom and just tell us to go on USA Test Prep and just watch the videos of other people teaching us how to do the work.
And see, I had a problem with that when you showed me that. Yeah, I had
how are you a teacher and letting other teachers teach us? And that's all she used to do, just tell us watch videos so that other teachers could teach us.
Yeah, I had a big problem with that because my thing is if you getting paid to do that, you need to be in that classroom. You need to be teaching them everything that they need to know.
She's getting paid by. It just don't make sense. It don't at all.
I just wanted to get y'all take on it. That's all. I really was wanting to get y'all take on when it comes to like materialism as well as like just currently with y'all peers. Because I didn't know if y'all do get approached with those things. And if y'all do get approached, like how does it make y'all feel? I always try to provide y'all dad always try to provide the best for y'all. I know we couldn't always like until we got to a certain, point when it came to our careers, but I just don't want y'all to ever think that materialism is a necessity. Like that's my biggest thing. I see a lot of kids y'all age that think materialism is a necessity. And once that happens, it's kind of hard for you to break that out the cycle because now it's like the kids expected to have it. And if they don't have it, then they clown other kids that don't. And that's another thing I'm not a big on either. Like even with Drew and Bailey and them, like I always tell them, if somebody's misfortunate, that don't make you better than them. Which I'm glad that so far, all 6 of y'all have been very, like humble in that degree. Like Drew, if he see homeless people, he always like, Mommy, give them some of your money, like they need help. Like, so I am glad to know that. I just want y'all to take on it. That's all.